what you're thinking. Why does she have 300 zippers? Let's just call 300 zippers. Does she need that many? She's just a home sewist. First of all, let's not use the word need. There's definitely not a need for this many zippers, but I do have a reason why I acquired so many. And yeah, I'll take you through that right now. It's Robyn, aka Styles and Scenes, and today I want to give you a little sneak look into my zipper collection. Now, I decided that I wanted to do this video after I made a purchase for 65 new zippers at the start of coronavirus, which is probably a little bit intense, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Because as it turns out, I have 299 zippers. I kid you not. I was going to be facetious and say, I have 200 zippers in my stash, but I decided to be honest with you and count them all out. And it turns out that I have 299 zippers exactly. So I would like to hopefully justify my insanity with zipper purchasing by explaining how different so many of these zippers are, and also give you a little bit of insight into why I acquired so many zippers. The real reason why I have so many zippers, or rather the first reason, is actually related back to this term that I just learned today called gear acquisition syndrome. Basically, it's when creators or makers or wannabe creators or makers are trying to alleviate some of their anxiety about getting started with a new project by just buying all of the technology, buying all the tools that they think it's going to be necessary to accomplish that goal. I had the biggest case of gear acquisition syndrome when I first was learning to sew, because I was so afraid that I would cut into fabric and I wouldn't have the things that I needed to complete my project. So I just started buying things that, eventually I'll use, because I'm becoming more of a crafter and a maker, and I'm going to use it eventually. The problem is, eventually sometimes never really comes, especially when that eventually actually involves a pack of 70 zippers. So I think this is among the first batch of zippers that I ever got. They were from Amazon, and I think these are 12 inches-ish, 14 inches, craft zippers that are invisible zips. And I got them from Amazon because it just seemed like the best possible price, rather than paying $1 per zipper whenever I needed one. I don't even know how much I paid for this, but I got 70 zippers for probably less than $10, and I was able to use them in a number of early projects. So whenever I was doing a skirt or maybe a pair of pants for an invisible zip, I was like, I have a go-to right here and ready. So that's why I bought this first thing. I just was trying to relieve stress, and it ended up accumulating into a lot of zippers really quickly. Another reason why I have so many zippers is because I'm a very risk-averse person. However, I'm not much of a planner sometimes, especially when it comes to my sewing projects. Full respect to the people that can literally plot out their entire year worth of sewing. I can't do it. I kind of go by my whim, I go by occasion, I go by what I'm in the mood for, and that determines what I end up sewing. I can't necessarily have this specific zippers in mind, or when I go to the store, I don't buy with a specific project in mind and have exactly what I need in order to complete that project. I get a fabric sometimes when I'm meandering through a fabric store and I haven't decided what I'm going to use it for, and that means that I don't necessarily buy the right type of notions to complete that project. Now, there are some things that I should know better, and by now I do, which is why my stash is so big. But one thing that I tend to need a lot is long invisible zippers. So even though I had that pack of 70 invisible zippers, it's useless to me if I'm going to make a dress, because, well, one, dresses usually call for a 22-inch zipper, but number two, I'm 6'2", and I have to add extra inches in length to my body above my waist and below my waist. And that means that I need a longer zipper. I need like 24 or 26 inches, like this bad boy. And it turned out one day at the start of coronavirus that I only had a couple of zippers in this length. I had a royal blue, which you see here. I had a gray, I had a burgundy, but I was making a black dress, and for I don't know what reason, I didn't have a long black zipper. So that motivated my, my lot purchase of 65, and you know what? I'm not even hating at it. Now I have an entire pack of 25 zippers because I know that next time I make a dress, there's some color within this multi-pack that's going to be able to suit my needs. This. 24 invisible zippers, 24 inches in length. So I'm covered. And then you know what? Maybe a little bit of a hoarder tendency. The thing is, when you buy things in bulk, kind of Costco situation, whenever you buy something in bulk, it's going to be cheaper than if you're buying things individually. I've always found this to be so. So rather than just, nitpick and get, couple black, couple white, couple blue here, instead of having to anticipate or try to even stress myself out thinking about how many I might need, I just went ahead and bought the whole pack. And then I thought to myself, well, if you're going to get invisible zippers, what if you do more dresses like you're doing now, where you're going to put a lap zipper into the back and you need a regular zipper? Well, got myself covered with another pack of 24-inch zippers, but this time not invisible. So literally that order was 50 zippers, same length, all different colors. Okay. Another reason I have so many zippers, my local fabric store doesn't have very good zippers, and a person who lives in New York City, is saying this. I do have a great neighborhood fabric store, but they really only have like rinky-dink little zippers like this, and this isn't worth $1. If you're from the suburbs, you're probably used to going to like Joann, don't shop there, and finding something like this in the pack, and that's a decent quality zipper from Coats. But actually I like to go into the garment district sometimes, and you'll find things like this zipper, which is gorgeous, and I probably paid like $5 for it. You can see the details. It's like purpley, and it has this amazing pull. Beautiful. Okay, but the problem is that if you need a zipper in a bind, you might have to run out to your fabric store and get one, and maybe it isn't a place that has really good prices. I ran into this problem when I was living in London. I really needed a zipper for this dress, and I had to go to McCullough and Wallace, which is a fantastic notion store around Oxford Street. It was near where I worked, perfect. However, their zippers were so expensive, and for the 26-inch long invisible zipper that I need, I paid like £5 to £7, which is so much money. So having a lot of zippers on hand means that I don't have to run out and make a last-minute trip in order to get the zippers that I want. Score, score, score. I will say though, I actually broke that zipper, and because I did something so stupid, I cut off the top with the stopper instead of sewing it in to trim it off at the bottom, and I wasted that whole £5 to £7, and then I didn't have something to replace it with. So learn my lesson. The reason why my stash got so big is really about exactly these. So I first lived in New York, in Harlem. That's where I first got interested in sewing and started my stash, started collecting, started being a little bit of a notions hoarder, and then I packed up and I moved to London. And before I did that, I put a bunch of things in storage that I thought might be useful to me, and those included pretty much all of my sewing supplies, because I knew that they didn't take up that much space, but so many of the individual items could go into storage and just be perfect for me when I got back. So I literally didn't take any sewing supplies when I moved to London. I even had to buy myself new scissors, buy myself new zippers, buy myself new interfacing, buy myself a new sewing machine and a new serger while I was there. So I had everything back here in New York, and when I eventually returned to New York, I reacquired my whole stash of notions. The thing is that I also reacquired everything that I bought in London because I was like, this is ridiculous, just ship it back. So I had both of those, and then a bunch of them went and lived in Martha's Vineyard because I didn't have a way of transporting it back. And then, long story short, I ended up having zippers in like 4 different places, all different homes, all different storage places for a while, and you know, when you can't see it, you forget about it. Okay, and my final reason for having so many zippers is your girl loves the sale, loves a discount, loves finding something super high quality for not very much money. And I mean, since I'm not getting retail therapy by shopping for clothes anymore, I make the things that I wear. I do get some of that retail therapy by shopping for fabric and notions. And it feels even better when it's not really shopping because it's free because you volunteered. So there are times that I go and volunteer at Fab Scrap, and I always take a look at their notion drawers because they charge for all of their products by weight, and a zipper doesn't really weigh very much, but it does cost a lot. So you can find zippers like this bad boy, for example, which is amazing. It, you know, color teeth, 2-way zip, opens on both sides. This would be an expensive zipper if I had to pay for it by the zipper, but because I was paying for it by the weight and I had a certain amount of weight that was allowed to me as a volunteer there, it was free $99. Now I will say though, volunteering is 3 hours of sweating in a warehouse, so if you're going to put in a little bit of work, you can get something for free-ish. Okay, now that you've seen inside my mind and the madness that is my zipper collection, I'm going to break it down a little bit for you because I don't want to have you thinking that I just have 299 zippers because I need one of every color or because I need some of different lengths. The truth of the matter is zippers have different qualities which make them appropriate for different types of garments that you're sewing or craft projects or whatever you might be using a zipper on. So I'll tell you a little bit about the anatomy of a zipper and show you some of my favorite zippers to illustrate my point. If you're a beginner sewist and you're reading a commercial pattern for the first time or you're making something for the first time, one of the first things you might hear about when it comes to zippers is an invisible zipper versus kind of a standard zipper. So I actually prefer invisible zippers in garment construction. Those are the type that are meant to be invisible, so you can't actually see the zipper teeth when you're looking at the garment. It looks like this. So an invisible zipper is designed so that the zipper tape, which can be made out of a number of different materials. I generally have nylon, but I do have a very big lot of cotton zipper tape zippers, and it actually goes over the zipper teeth so that you can't see it. And when you're sewing it, you either have to use an invisible zipper foot. I don't actually use that though. I actually press it back and I'm able to sew it with a regular zipper foot. The next type of zipper is really the second option there. So whereas this one blocks the tape entirely and you can't see it, this one exposes the zipper teeth, and when you're sewing it together and after it's constructed, you can see it. You might see a zipper with exposed teeth in a dress that has a lapped zipper, or in a pair of pants. Usually the fly front is made with a zipper like this where the teeth is exposed. Or if you have something a little bit more decorative, you might want to actually have a zipper that looks cute and you have an exposed zipper. I've never sewn with an exposed zipper, but we're gonna see. If you're comfortable with sewing with a regular zipper, then you should also familiarize yourself with a jean zipper. A jean zipper is made of different materials and in a different way, but it has basically the same function as a regular zipper. So whereas the regular zipper might have this really good locking mechanism on the top, which is for skirts and pants, so look out for this if you're doing bottom construction. Effectively, what it has is a piece here that will lock down and prevent it from unzipping when you have it pulled down. jean zipper usually almost definitely has that function built in where it can go down if it's up, but it shouldn't go down if it's locked down. Well, it just did, so maybe not so much. But but also a jean zipper is built to be a little bit higher quality of construction, and whereas this little cheapy one is made with nylon zipper teeth, which you can sew over and shorten at will, a denim zipper or a jean zipper is usually made with metal zipper teeth, which are really durable construction, and they keep your zipper from popping when you got some like stretch jeans on or something that might be a little too tight for the booty. Another zipper to get to know is like this, and it's actually a separating zipper. So it can come apart into two. This is really important if you want to make a jacket or a crop top or anything where you really need to be able to get out of the garment at the bottom. So you need it to be able to separate into two pieces. You've definitely worn these before. They can be a little bit harder to come by, especially in fun and different colors. So when I see these, or when I have even the slightest notion that I'm going to do a crop top project that is going to be fitted and need a zipper, I go ahead and try to pick up a couple of these. Now this one in particular is made with plastic teeth, so you can see they're kind of like big and chunky, and you know, that's an aesthetic, that's a look. I have another lot here on my table that has even chunkier teeth, and then I have a few separating zippers that are made with nylon teeth, and they're a little bit more demure, obscure, smaller. Another separating zipper that I have is this bad boy, which is among the ones that I got from Fab Scrap because I just thought that it was too cute. Do I know what I'm going to use this for? No, I don't, but we will find a purpose where I need the shortest, tiniest little exposed zipper that is going to look cute. And this one has like this rubber-ish, this red rubber on it, but again, it is both a separating zipper and a double zipper, so it does have the ability to separate on both ends, which is really important. For example, if I wanted to do a tiny little like crossover cropped moto jacket, I could use this zipper, and I think now that I've said that, I need to make one for fall, so wait for it. Last up on my list of favorite zippers that I have on this table is this bad boy, which I bought with so much purpose like 3 years ago, but clearly I haven't used it since then. And it's for bag making. So this is a zipper that, again, like the last one, is a double zipper. However, it doesn't separate and open up. Instead, it opens from both sides. So the important thing to use this for is if you're making a duffel bag or if you're making a backpack, it makes it really easy to access whatever is in your bag. I hope you've enjoyed this video, found it entertaining or helpful or useful in some way. Believe it or not, this is my very first YouTube video, and I was so excited to show you my crazy zipper stash that I thought it would be a really good place to start and have a little bit of fun with YouTube and have a little fun with you. Again, if you like this, please like and subscribe. It will help me so much in knowing that, you know, there's people out there who are interested. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. I have a whole list of ideas lined up, from sewing tips and techniques to some behind the scenes of my design process that gets to making cute looks like this top. And also sewing's haul for my fellow tall sisters out there, and then some of the technical behind that, as well as some of the design and some background into the way that I work as a creative and as a designer, and how I create styles and seams. So again, please like and subscribe this video. Let me know in the comments what you liked, what you'd like to see more of, what you want to see next time. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Styles and Seams. But again, hit that red subscribe button, and I hope to see you around here soon. Thank you. Bye.